All right, so I'm a little late, very much late for the second day in a row, but I'm going to try to do these a little bit earlier. This is currently, I just did this right now, but the reason why is because these pairs that I'm marking up for these daily, this is my microwave in the back if you heard it, but these daily pairs here are more day trades. I'm shifting down and doing more day trades, getting in and doing more, getting into more in and out trades, so versus the intradays where I would kind of hold it, just because I think it just fits in with my lifestyle a little bit more. I'm still going to do intraday trades, but more so intraday, more so just pure on investing and just holding positions. So actually holding shares. If I do trade, it's probably going to be down like a little bit less than intraday, if that makes sense. So not scalping, but yeah, just day trading, not scalping, but day trading. So starting with NZD USD. All right, today is June 20th, 2025. What I'm looking at right here, this first, we're looking at sales here because we are in alignment daily and 4 hours in alignment. We're just looking for this 4 hour take of liquidity here. We have this supply zone here that we can tap into. Then we can also throw on our Fibonacci here, 007 zone, and that's really like in that area too. So we're just looking for some reactions from that after we take our liquidity, and I have an alert here set. Next, we have USD JPY. We're looking for buys here, but first we need to see, which we have now, is a 4 hour shift to structure. So this just happened. Yeah, this just happened. So we want to see a 4 hour first low is what I want to see next. Okay. And the first low, again, is liquidity. Okay, and then we also have a demand zone right here, 4 hour demand zone. So we can look to use that to bounce, price to bounce off of, and then we'll be shooting for, we can shoot way up here, right? Or we can just shoot for this guy right here. Either or. Next, we got Euro NZD. We're waiting for our first low. Let's see if we got that already. Nope, we haven't gotten our first low here, but we do have a existing first low down here with first low. With the demand for our demand zone here. So we'll see what price does. Maybe it'll manipulate this first low and then shoot back up. We have an alert there as well. Next, we have USD CAD. This slightly went above. You look very, 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 very slightly. So now we're in a bullish. Let's see, let me show you. As you can see, it's slightly above, slightly above. So we did have a shift of structure. We are bullish, right? And this is more of a structure break to the upside. And we're having a 4 hour pullback now. So we did have that shift of structure. Now we're just waiting for a 4 hour first low, right? And we have a demand zone here on a 4 hour. But right below that, so we have this demand zone, this 4 hour demand zone creating. But right below that, guess what? We have another first low here that was created. So we can just be careful with this demand zone. We might take it and then come into this lower demand zone here, which we see, which might be our actual, like our premium, I believe they call it the premium demand zone. So that's that. All right, and then I have my alerts there if we get close to that first low, which I think it will take that first low. Next, we have USD MXN. We are waiting for first low for the 4 hour. But then also we have a demand zone, again, just like USD CAD, pretty much the same setup, right? We have a demand zone, but right underneath that, we have a first low that we can just take and tap into that premium demand zone. All right, next we have NCD CHF. We're looking for sales here. We're in alignment here, daily and 4 hours in alignment. And so what we just need is a manipulation here. We get a manipulation here, a tap into the supply zone, and then we can shoot down. If we put on our fib, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, so it's right into that area. So we just want to see a reaction there. Okay, Now these pairs are more than ready, just meaning that it's below, like the movements are below 4 hour here. As you can see, 4 hour is bearish. Daily is bearish as well. And what we had here is we had to tap into the supply zone for this 4 hour. So if we go down, we can see that price is moving accordingly to have that reaction. What we did is we had a 1 hour shift to structure too. So what we'll be looking for is either manipulation to occur. We have that first little liquidity creation, and then we come back and tap that supply zone and then move down. As you can see, we're close to a key level or an AOI, if you want to call it. But what we'll be looking for here is either a tap, either liquidity to form, and then we take that liquidity, right? Or we can just simply see that price goes right up here, taps supply zone, and then dips. So we're looking for that 1 hour first high. Next, we have USD, SGD, and markets are almost closed here. So expect these movements to happen on Sunday up until Monday. These movements here are most likely going to happen on Sunday. And then the today movements will happen. It could be Sunday or it can be Monday as well. Okay, so next we have USD, SGD, USD, SGD. Let me just double check, make sure. Yeah. USD, SGD. So right now we're waiting for buys. We're bullish in sync. Waiting for the 1 hour first low. And as you can see, we got it right here. It's our 1 hour first low. Okay. So this is like more than ready, I would say, right? So all we need is just the manipulation of this. We can tap into this daily, and then we could target right up in here. It'll be a nice clean trade, USD. So I want to just go ahead and throw an alert here. This might be really good, actually. It's a nice clean trade. We'll just make sure the lines, may take a confirmational trade, or we could take a risk trade too on the upside. So this is 1 hour first low manipulation. Turn my computer fan on. Computer's getting hot. Next we have USD ZAR. So you can see we did take out this first low on the 4 hour. Lovely. We're looking for buys here. So we drop down into the 1 hour. All we need to see is a structure shift. So we want to see a 1 hour structure shift. I don't know why it doesn't say that, but we need a 1 hour structure shift to the upside. Okay, we have our alert there. Next, we have NZD JPY. We're looking for buys here. Again, we're going to look for a 1 hour structure shift because this is our high, this is our lower low, lower high, lower low. So we just need to see a structure shift here, and then we'll start looking for buys here. This was our old structure shift. Oh, wait, hold on, time out. Yeah, actually, I'm glad I saw that because this is actually a structure shift right up here. Yeah, so we can delete this. So we got some time for this before this happens. Yeah, because I want to make sure, so I want to make sure that we're actually shifting structure and it doesn't actually happen until this point to take buys, right? Then we'll target this blue line here, which is the next structure point for the daily here. Yeah, solid trade. Next, we have GBP CHF. We're looking for, so we're taking sales here. Hold on, let me see. Are we taking sales or buys? Something happened. Oh, okay. So yeah, so we're not in sync right now. We're not in sync right now because currently on the daily we are bearish, and then on the 4 hour we are. What about bullish? No, we're bullish. We're bearish. We're in sync. Yeah, we're in sync. All right, I was tripping for a minute. Okay. So what I'm looking at here is that we had a first high on the daily. So we can look to take a counter buy to take that. And then our nearest supply zone right above the first high will be right here. So that's what we would sell from. Daily supply. Right? Let me just actually save that. Daily, so I don't have to do this again. So I'm going to save that as daily supply. So what we can look for is price to actually come up, sweep this liquidity, tap into the supply zone, and then sell. 4 hour. So in terms of the 4 hour, In terms of the 4 hour, we had, yeah, no, this is still bullet. This is still bearish. So if we're taking the counter, if we're going to take the counter, then we need to be looking from, I would look at 1 hour, which this is what it looks like here. Kind of risky. But honestly, I would like to wait until we hit this. Yeah, I'd like to wait. Playing best judgment because we could be creating a first low here and then target this daily first high right here. We can do that. That'll work. We need to wait for a first low creation. Let's just do that. Let's look for a first low creation. I think I wrote that already. Yeah. All right. Next we have USD CNH. Okay. We had a first high here. Looks like on the 4 hour. Yeah. Because the 4 hour. Yeah, this is our first low. That's our first low on the 4 hour. I'm sorry, first high on the 4 hour. That's our first low on the 4 hour. This is actually our supply zone too. We're looking for sales here. These are such big movements on the 4 hour, so I would just look right here in the 1 hour. 1 hour first high. Let's do this. 1 hour first high. And as you can see, it almost already tapped into, not even almost, but it already tapped into this 1 hour supply zone. It already tapped into this 1 hour supply zone. So it's actually not bad. It's actually not a bad movement already. So if we move down to, let's see, a lower time frame. To get into this, I want to see a break first. I want to see a break of this 15-minute. And then I'll look into taking sales because I want to see, ideally I want to see a break. I want to see a breakdown here, shift the structure, right? Then I want to see it create a supply zone here where I can do something like this, like a lower time frame. First high, manipulate it, tap into the supply zone, come down. Even if it wants to create another supply zone, I can tap into that and then go down. That's what I want to see. But for right now, I'm not going to touch this until we shift structure. This is a smarter move. Okay, here. So we're daily because I have it in not in syncs, but that must have been old. Yeah, it's old. So now we are in sync. We're looking for buys. So we're bullish here. So we're looking for buys. Okay, we're looking for a 4 hour first low, and that's exactly what we're still doing because we have a 4 hour demand zone. We just need to see some manipulation happening here. And what was that? What was that? Oh yeah, this is the first low that was taken on the 4 hour here, but it shot right up. You see that? It was so slick with it. Took that first low, and if we put our fib here, we can see where exactly it did that. Did it go? Oh yeah, that was beautiful. Yeah, beautiful move right within that 007 zone. Okay, next we got Euro USD. Now this is the one I took earlier, and I actually got out of it earlier too, just because I wasn't really confident in the trade. But as you can see, we're making another. We just made a shift of structure. Now we're making another first low, but yeah. So this. Oh, okay. So this is all. Oh, okay. I see what I'm doing there. All right. So this is all one range here. That's a huge range. That's what she said. So now what we want to wait is for a first low. Yeah, this is right. So I want to wait for a first low here. And I think I even put a lower time frame. Yeah, I put a lower time frame fib on the 15-minute just to show that if it wants to go lower, it can sweep this first high. That's a first high right there on the 15. And it can come down into that, which is totally valid. But first, I want to see a first low. I want to see a first low in that 1 hour. And that's what I want to see. Yeah, but you can see we swept the 1 hour, we went straight to the demand zone, and then, and I had my, I was here, so it breezed through my stop loss, but I didn't set the stop loss, right? It did that, and then it shot up, so I could have kept that. I mean, I made a good percentage from it. But yeah, we're going to be targeting the end here. We target the top here of this wick. So we're just waiting for a 1 hour pullback. I'm going to see a 1 hour pullback before we move in. Next, we're looking at, this is Euro SGD. We're looking for same thing as USD. Euro SGD, we're waiting for a 1 hour first low. And then we have a demand zone here. So just about understand liquidity a lot of times and where not to trade. That's one of the biggest things a trader can do. What not to trade. You know what I'm saying? So we're waiting for liquidity there. CAD JPY. Yeah, a lot of money's gonna be made this next week. There's a lot of good setups. Okay, so yeah, just checking on the weekly here. Yeah, we're bullish all around. That's nice bullish, healthy bullish market. Okay, so let's see here, 4 hour. Yeah, I would like to see a 4 hour first low. No, actually, yeah, no, this is that's the structure point right there. That high wick and down. Yeah, that's structure point. So this is bullish. We want to see the 4 hour first low first. I want to see a 4 hour first low first. All right, so those are my pairs for this week. I got a lot of fucking pairs now. So the day trading is just a lot more. I didn't even include this week, but I left these because these are more pairs that are going to take a little bit more time. Waiting for 4 hour shift to structure and shit like that. Like this one here, we're looking for sales, right? This is clearly still bearish on the daily, but on the 4 hour, we're like very much bullish. And we're not going to see this shift until down here. It's actually going to be right here. So that's why these are, left out. I can add more pairs. Like I got a lot of pairs, like a ton of pairs are still not chosen, but I'm just trying not to make my life crazy. And this is already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 pairs. So yeah, 16 pairs is already a lot. Shouldn't be trading this much actually, but I'm just really submerging myself into this new strategy. All right, you got any questions, any comments, leave them below, shoot me a DM. That's what it is for this Friday. I'm wrapping up and then we'll touch base again on Sunday. Peace. And once again, like always, indifference is the difference.